Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Welcome to Central Carolina and Lewisburg basketball on the campus of Lewisburg College. I'm Petey Norris with your call today alongside me and my colleague Craig Green. Craig, we have the 3-2 Cougars for Central Carolina out of Sanford, North Carolina, driving the hour and a half, 2 hours up here to the hurricane warning zone.
All right, well, looks like we've, again, you mentioned the drive down from Sanford here to Lewisburg, and again, the Cougars are here, and they're, looking to get their first win of their last 3 ball games. I mean, they've dropped 2 in a row, not the way they wanted to finish off the last couple of ball games here, but again, Lewisburg's lost 2 out of their last 3. So, both teams coming off of a loss. I think tonight is going to be one of those kind of games where, the Hurricanes are going to have to do the little things right from the very beginning. Don't wait till the end of the ball game to try to get it together. I think that's the best way for them to win this game tonight.
Yeah, like you said, both teams coming off of the L. Last time the Hurricanes were here at home, they dropped to Patrick Henry. They saw themselves down as many as 19 in the first half in that game and tracked it all the way back, forced overtime, and, dropped it in overtime, and then it went to Southwest Virginia and dropped that game on the road in overtime also.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I've seen, PD, is that the Hurricanes, I think they're starting to get their legs underneath them a little bit here. Last time we were here against Patrick and Henry, they lost again, a heartbreaker, and 2 points in overtime. Get the win back against College of Southern Maryland. And then again, lose a heartbreaker to Southwest Virginia. They hang around for quite a while. Just lose by just the smallest of possessions, 2-possession game. But, I think for Coach Brian Bagwell, I think, again, he's starting to see his team grow into these games. And I think the maturity of these young players is something that we're going to keep our eyes on tonight as well. We're looking at the statistics, though, Petey. I mean, the players are even playing better. I mean, statistically, they are. They're playing better. A couple different guys I've even noticed, R.J. Bridges, his shooting percentage has gone up. Guys like Malachi McLean as well shooting better from the field. So, and even looking at Isaiah Littlejohn and Nehemiah McDonald, Xander Booker also crashing the boards hard, 12.5 points a game. I think, it's there for them, you know what I mean? They just have to find ways to finish and be more consistent.
Just like you said, the other night against Southwest Virginia on the road in an overtime loss, Bridges, led all Hurricanes with 26 points in that game, shot 5 for 11 from behind the three-point line. And, Littlejohn come off the bench in that game and put up 17 points. That's huge if Coach Bagwell can expect that every game from Littlejohn. That's huge coming off the bench for the freshman that's listed at 6'6".
That's right. Isaiah Littlejohn is a guy that they're definitely going to depend on. His length, he's got the speed as well. He can shoot, he can defend, he can do all these things. But tonight, they're going to have to try to do their best to support the birthday boy, R.J. Bridges. Today is his birthday, and he's going to want to show out here for the home fans and perhaps light the candle by getting a W here tonight at the Taylor Arena.
All right, we're 5 minutes and 29 seconds away from tipping off here. We're going to take one quick break and come right back here with final closing remarks and the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Welcome back to Lewisburg College in Lewisburg, North Carolina. PD Doors, Craig Green here, bringing you coverage of Central Carolina and your Lewisburg Hurricanes. You're listening to Lewisburg Basketball, Lewisburg Sports Network. 2:53 until we get started here. Craig, what's some final thoughts? What do you have in mind for Central Carolina to get upset here at Lewisburg?
Well, fast start, I think. Number one is a fast start, and also you got to shoot better from the field. I mean, you're looking at Central Carolina. This is a team, folks, that shoots 40% from the field as a collective. You shoot 30% from three-point range. You only shoot 70% from the free throw line. It's probably why you've lost the last two ball games. But I would like to take a look at 2 or 3 players in particular, the triple threat of Pettaway, KJ Brooks, and Mekhi Butler. These are guys who average a collective 37 points a game for the Cougars, and I think they're going to need to step that average up here tonight, and they have to step that up here tonight and, you know, produce a little bit more here to pull off the upset. But again, I think they need to shoot better. They got to crash the boards. They got to get off to a fast start and limit the turnovers as well.
You know, if Lewisburg plans on picking up their second win on the season, they're sitting at 1-5, 0-1 in region play, and with a lost overtime loss against Southwest Virginia. Southwest Virginia only come in with 7 players. They come in and, you know, with 7 players, beat a team that rotates anywhere between 8 and 10 players every time. But Lewisburg Hurricanes tonight has to work the ball down low to the bigs. Because if you look at the bigs for Central Carolina, not averaging a lot of points, not a lot of rebounds. Central Carolina plays a lot of small ball. You know, Lewisburg has to get up quick, and they have to basically keep it on their throat.
Yep, and you mentioned the bigs as well. You know, guys like, you know, Little John, Nehemiah McDonald, and also Xander Booker are going to have to stay out of foul trouble. You know, you have to be presence. You know, and the best presence you can have is present on the floor at, you know, during ball time, you know, during game time. So limiting the foul trouble is going to be another key factor here for Coach Bagwell and his team tonight if they want to upset Brad McDougal and the Cougars.
Yeah, Coach Brad McDougal's been around the league a few years. He's always puts up a established team. He puts 15 on the bench every game. And tonight he brings the 15, and one absent tonight that we're used to seeing at Johnson Community College is Emmanuel McLean, who was not dressed tonight for the Cougars. But with Lewisburg, last time we were here, Malachi McLean got a technical foul early. He got in foul trouble. He didn't play many minutes. He did not play a lot on the road Saturday against Southwest Virginia either.
And Malachi McLean can be the catalyst for this team to get things going. Only 2 assists on the season, but he does average 1.5 steals per ball game, 11 points, almost 12 points in the season. He's a guy that they're going to depend on as well. Take it to our public address. All right, starting lineups are being announced here for the Cougars of Central Carolina Community College. And they are breaking out in their starting lineup. Don Tavius Petaway, he is 6'4" sophomore from Greenville, North Carolina. Number 3, Jesse Mitchell, 6'4" sophomore from New Hill, North Carolina, my neck of the woods out there near Apex. KJ Brooks, also a 6'4" sophomore from Burlington, North Carolina. Makai Butler, number 12, from Sanford, a 6'5" freshman from Grace Christian High School. And number 22, BJ Temple, a 6-foot freshman from Southeast Raleigh High School. My neck of the woods right there, Southeast Raleigh, North Carolina.
For the Lewisburg Hurricanes, they start in 6-foot sophomore, number 0, Malachi McLean from Lee Senior High School out of Sanford, North Carolina. They start at 6'2" sophomore, number 1, out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Julius Chambers High School, Julius Braden Smith. They'll come in with the birthday, with number 11, Xander Booker, the 6'8" freshman from Durham, North Carolina, South Kent High School. They'll start 6'4" sophomore, number 15, RJ Bridges Jr., who's averaging 21 points per game. Led all Hurricanes on Saturday against Southwest Virginia. They'll start number 24, Nehemiah McDonald, averages 15 points per game, shooting 38% from the field, 29% from the three-point line, and 67% from the charity stripe. They'll be in their whole white jerseys. Lewisburg across their chest, sponsored by Armor All. And we're about to get underway from Lewisburg College.
Got a good contrast of uniforms here, I think, between both teams. I love the Lewisburg, the white with the dark navy blue. And then you've got the Cougars of Central Carolina, and they're all black, trimmed in white with the blue numbers, PD. I think it's a good look. Kind of like it.
As you can look at the Cougars all black. I love the all black, you know, with the dark blue numbers. Hopefully it's not a big difference for us on the side of the sideline here.
Well, we got a front row seat right here. Best seat in the house. We should be pretty good as the Cougars win the opening tip.
Cougars get open tip is Jesse Mitchell. Facing a tight man defense. Lewisburg coming out real tight here, not letting the Cougars get a start. 15 on the shot clock. Driving, hits the trees, puts up the shot. Nice little southpaw shot for Temple. Central Carolina gets on the board first.
Yep, and there was BJ Temple, the freshman from Southeast Raleigh, getting things started. Former Bulldog, now wearing the black and blue of the Cougars.
McLean with a turnover.
Yeah, the ball hit the underneath the backboard on the pass down there to McDonald, so out of bounds and a turnover for.
We'll set up in a full court press, and Petaway brings it up to Jesse. Jesse baseline, flushes it home, and just like that, the Cougars up 4-0.
Nice easy stroke that time by Jesse Mitchell as well. Made it look too easy. First minute down, not good so far for Lewisburg.
Booker hands it off to McLean. McLean guarded tightly by Mitchell. 3 on the way, McLean, no, and big rebound by Booker. McLean stands.
Xander Booker very active. You watch him move without the ball.
Lewisburg in trouble with the 3. No, and nice box out by the Cougars down low. And Butler with the rebound. Mitchell's baseline cut off, but Nehemiah McDonald picks up the first foul.
A little too much body that time by McDonald, just trying to establish position defensively.
Jesse Mitchell coming to play on the baseline. Bounce passes it right over to Petaway. Petaway fakes down low and couldn't connect with the shot. Booker with a rebound. McLean sprinting in the front court, kicks it to the corner. Smith for 3, flushes it home.
Had to have that one. Hurricanes on the board, and it's Braden Smith from the wing, or from the corner.
1 point lead, 3 minutes away here. I'd say 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Mitchell with a foul.
Yeah, he pushed off that time, so offensive foul and first team foul for the Cougars.
That's a second team foul. McLean loses the ball right to Pettaway. Pettaway pushes it in front court. Brooks, elbow shot. Nice look. Not a lot of arch on the ball as Booker comes down with the rebound. Booker to the corner to Smith, and Smith in and out. Flat-footed rebound for KJ Brooks. 4-3 if you're just joining us. Cougars jump out 4-0 before the Hurricanes score.
First minute belonged to Central Carolina. Last 2 minutes so far really belong to the Hurricanes as Central Carolina has pretty much been stopped at that 4. They got the first 2 points here in the first 58 seconds and nothing since.
Butler not knowing where he was on the court. Butler gets a steal. Back to Lewisburg, fighting for the ball and coming out with it, McDonald. McDonald pushes ahead to Booker. Booker to the corner for 3. Bridges? No, birthday boy coming up short on his first attempt from the field.
So call the foul on Dontavius Pettaway. The loose ball foul belonged to him. That's number 2 on the Cougars.
Pettaway and Mitchell both picking up the fouls so far. Bridges out to McDonald. McDonald puts it on the floor. Bank is open in Lewisburg.
Good look, good take that time. Nehemiah McDonald finishing for the Hurricanes.
Hurricanes got their first lead as Mitchell's in trouble out to Pettaway. Pettaway just about turned it over. And a cheap foul for Braden Smith.
Tried to jump in the passing lane and beat his man to the ball, but instead he beat the ball to the man.
Lewisburg leads 5-4. 5-0 run for the Bird. Temple. Inside to Brooks. Brooks inside and nice for Pettaway.
Good pass down low to Butler, and that time you could see Booker saying, "My bad, he didn't have the position." That time.
Picking a foul.
Cheap
BJ
foul.
Temple, the freshman out of Southeast Raleigh.
A cheap foul there, no less. Hurricanes can't do too much damage to you when they're 80 feet away from the basket, young man.
Clayton guarded tightly by Temple as he brings the ball up. Over to Smith, right side to Bridges. Moving the ball around the perimeter, no one working. The baseline is right to the cup. McLean regains the lead, 7-6.
He was a little hesitant, too. He couldn't believe how open he was. He had a whole bunch of hardwood in front of him. And took
Brooks
advantage
with the
of
turnover.
it. And Brooks just dribbled it off himself.
Correction, that was Butler. So Nehemiah McDonald will bring it in play.
It wasn't Brooks, the Butler did it.
Bridges shuffles one to McLean. McLean looking for help as he's guarded tightly by Temple.
Yeah, they're playing that tight man-to-man defense, as you noted early on. 10 on the shot clock. Hurricanes got to move.
McLean in trouble, picks up his dribble, goes to Booker. Booker with a long 3, couldn't roll. Right in the hands of Brooks. Brooks pushing it in the front court. 15:27 left. Back and forth basketball here. Cougars jump out to a 4-0 lead. Since then, it's been a 7-2 run. A 3, too flat. Nehemiah McDonald with a rebound.
That shot got pinned off the glass there by a couple of Cougars.
Brooks was fouled.
Lots of folks in front of our scores table here, in front of our broadcast table, that is.
Lawson, Rivers, along with Little John, will check in. And we're at our first media timeout, 15:06 left. If you're just joining us, it was all Cougars in the first opening 2.5 minutes. Since then, it's been all Hurricanes. They're on hurricane warning in effect from Lewisburg.
Yeah, just like you said, if you're Central Carolina, you got to get off to a fast start. They tried that, PD. They scored the first 4 points of the game in the first minute of the game. But since then, since the 19:02 mark, they've got a grand total of 2 points in the next 4 minutes. So it's a good look for Lewisburg right now. But again, for Lewisburg, you want to keep this up. You want to keep up the momentum. You got to try to keep guys like Booker out of foul trouble. He just got his first foul. Had a little defensive lapse there where a man scored wide open on him, where Butler was able to walk in for a layup. So just got to tighten up, play a little cleaner basketball. It's a slow start for both, I think.
Both teams coming out really sloppy on the guard play. Out of control on the dribbling, trying to get to the cup. The best shot was where Malachi McLean was shocked as much room between him and the goal with no one there.
Yeah, he had all the green grass in the world between him and the bucket. And I think that's why he kind of went off to a slow start towards the basket. Maybe also a little trepidatious, worrying about getting a shot pinned, maybe a help defender coming over. But, you know, when you got those opportunities, you got to seize them and take advantage of them.
Jaden Rice checks in for the Cougars along with, they stay with Butler. So Mitchell coming to play is crossing the 15-minute mark here in the first half. 7-6, Lewisburg with the lead. Nice take for Butler.
And Butler now with 4 points. That's his second bucket. Pretty athletic guy, Makai Butler. You see him slashing to the rim there. 6'5" freshman.
And Butler picks up the easy steal and a bucket.
And that we spoke to his athleticism. He just showed it to us right there.
4-0 run out of the timeout. And nearly almost another turnover. Lewisburg with the ball driving, baseline, and Lawson's baseline's kicked out. Velchik with a three. And off the bench, that's the first points for the Hurricane.
They're going to call that a long two for Vukvedic.
Vedic, if he could have just stepped back a half a centimeter, could have tied the game up 10-9. Cougars with the lead. Lawson in front court to Velchik.
But for a guy his size to have that kind of stroke, though, it's something that defenses will have to look out for. As a guy like Vedic who can stretch the floor.
There's a mismatch with Little John and Rice. Bridges with a Euro step, couldn't connect, and picking up the foul as he went up for the rebound and almost tried to take Pettaway out.
A little overzealous after missing the shot, trying to make up for it by forcing a turnover, but instead he gets called for a foul.
Charlie, along with Levengood, checks in for the Cougars. 13:29 left. First half. Wide open to the cup and couldn't get it connected, but Pettaway gets a save. 14 on the shot clock. Pettaway driving, trying to cheat on defense, and Pettaway draws the and one.
And Pettaway scores the bucket as well. Call that foul against Littlejohn. He blew past Vedic out here on the perimeter, took it to the basket, and drew the foul. Nice job that time by Dontavius Pettaway.
Vedic trying to cheat on defense, and Pettaway's three-point play couldn't fall. 12-9, three-point lead, 13:06 left. Rivers, the sophomore, in at point guard as McLean has a seat and rest. Nice pass. Looking at Bridges. Correction, that was Littlejohn headed to the line. 12-9, you hear Coach Bagwell on the sideline, not liking what the players are doing out there, going the wrong way on the screen, and Littlejohn makes the first free throw tonight. Next home game for Lewisburg is December 17th against number 1 in the country, Davidson-Davie Community College, the Storm. It's the Hurricanes in the Storm for Lewisburg. Littlejohn misses, but gets the rebound, and Littlejohn with 3 straight points, and we're tied at 12.
Way to stay with it by Littlejohn there. Only a 41% free throw shooter. Got 1 out of the 2.
Nice backdoor cut. And picking up the first bucket is Levengood.
You see Central Carolina rotating a lot of guys early on, Petey. There's an air ball that time by Mikhail Lawson in the corner.
Felt the breeze over here from Lawson's 3. Cougars with the ball with a 2-point lead on the road. 12:20 left. Slowly bringing up is KJ Brooks as he went around Lawson.
Little 2-3 zone here by the Hurricanes. They get a steal out of it.
Rivers ahead. Bridges with the layup, and he's fouled. Got a block and foul. Manny Charlie with the foul.
And Bridges looked back as if he thought the call might have been on him for an offensive foul for a charge, but clearly on that exchange, Charlie did not have possession established. So
Clayne Smith along with Booker and McDonald will check in for Lewisburg on the first made free throw. Everybody coming out other than Bridges.
it's like a line change in hockey here. I mean, the Canes are changing lines like the Carolina Hurricanes.
Don't you?
I think we got our substitution pattern sorted here.
Makes both free throws. Birthday boy hot as he takes his first exit. We're tied at 14.
Got a good mix here of starters and reserves on the floor here. As Littlejohn joins a few of the starters on the floor for the Hurricanes, and a three-pointer drops from Manny Charlie.
Charlie with his first 3, the first points tonight. McDonald holds it over his head. Finds McLean. McLean inside. And Booker to the line, averaging 65% from the charity stripe through 5 games for the Hurricanes. 11:30 left. Got a timeout. We're going to take it with him. You're listening to Lewisburg Basketball on Lewisburg's Sports Network. Welcome back to Lewisburg College. PD Doors Craig Green here. Lewisburg trails Central Carolina 17-14 at home against the packed house here in the student section at Lewisburg College.
Taking a look here at the huddle for the Central Carolina Cougars here, and talking about Brad McDougal. This guy, you know, he likes to rotate his guys in and out. Taking a look at his players on the floor right now. He's got several reserves on the floor. Manny Charlie is out there. We've got Jacoby Smith as well on the floor for Central Carolina. Mixing them in with some of the starters. KJ Brooks out there. Now you've also got Makai Butler coming back to the scores table as the first free throw is missed by Xander Booker. But again, when you rotate guys in and out like he's doing, it's going to help keep some of your players fresh. But the downside to some of that though, Petey, as well is can some of these guys stay hot? Like you got to make sure you rotate the right guys in and out to make sure that their production doesn't fall off.
Yeah, correctly. Like you just said, Craig, you definitely have to make the right rotation. As he makes one of two, it's 17 to 15 after the media timeout. 2-point lead, Central Carolina Cougars as Brooks. And a turnover. Bodies flying, jerseys flying, and coming out with it, the Cougars. And it was Booker handing it right off and headed to the line to shoot two.
That's Camille Harrison. He wasn't on our game day roster. Camille Harrison wearing 54. Called him Jacoby Smith. It's actually 54, not 34. So Camille Harrison at the line, a 6'1" freshman from Chapel Hill.
11:08 left in the first half. 17 to 15. Cougars looking to extend on the free throw. And coming off the bench, Zion Chambers, the 6'8" freshman forward out of Newton, Conover, and Hickory, North Carolina.
Also, Bo Stafford coming into the game for the Cougars as well, 6'2" sophomore from Rayford.
Cougars get a 3-point lead off the free throw. McLean to Smith. Smith behind the back, looking to drive. Euro steps, drops it off, and the pass was a little low for Chambers.
A good look, too. They passed the ball down there to Chambers. Chambers just couldn't handle it. But look at a deflection, though. A deflection I didn't see. 18 on the shot clock for the Hurricanes.
Chambers looked like he wanted to take that shot as he's left wide open by Butler. McLean from the elbow, nothing but nylon.
Points number 4 for Malachi McLean.
And answered back.
Harrison for 3. That's Camille Harrison. Stepping out there in the corner, knocking down that tray.
2 threes so far for the Cougars. Both of the threes coming from off the bench. Smith will put up a 3, and long rebound coming right in hands of Stafford as he sprints in the front court, drops it off to Harrison. Cross court over to Brooks. 10 minutes left first half. 4-point lead matches the biggest lead so far in the first half. Cougars with the lead. Elbow shot, nothing but nylon.
Looked easy for Mekhi Butler there as he knocks it down. 8 points for Butler, leading all scorers.
23-17. McLean pull up from 3 and nothing but nylon.
Got a good look, and when you get the good look, you got to take it. That time, Malachi McLean, he said, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to make it.
23-20, Lewisburg trails by as many as 6 in the first half, and Brooks, left side 3 on the way, in and out, and it falls.
Back in again. Raining 3-pointers here in Franklin County.
Back to a 6-point lead, 2 straight threes for the Cougars, all 3 threes off the bench as Thomas Stafford from Rayford. Moravian Prep prospect is McLean driving and trying to draw the foul. KJ Brooks sprinting in the front court, puts some brakes on, goes left side for the 3rd straight 3, and it's nothing but nylon. 9-point lead.
KJ Brooks feeling it over there. And he can feel the momentum shifting to the favor of the away team.
Cross-court pass, left alone, Little John. Can he answer? Yes!
Buckets are starting to fall now. Again, how many threes
4
has that been?
straight threes.
Yeah.
Back to a 6-point lead. Can they put up the 5th? No. Nice box out by McLean. McLean sprints in the front court. Harrison picks him up. McLean Euro step, stops. Out top to Booker. Booker pulls it back out, setting up the offense with 18 on the shot clock.
Plenty of time for the Hurricanes.
Littlejohn. Over to Chambers. Back to Littlejohn. Littlejohn falls on the three, tries to draw the foul with the putback and a big board for Booker.
Way to stay with it, Xander Booker down there hanging and banging down low. Was able to get a little box out, went up strong and finished.
29-25. 7:23 left.
Hands in the passing lane that time for Braden Smith.
And fouled is Thomas Stafford fouls Malachi McLean, who averages 11 points per game this season. Got a timeout, 7:28 left. 29-25 will return. Malachi McLean to the line. You're listening to Lewisburg Sports Network. Welcome back to Lewisburg Sports Network. PD Doors Craig Green here, 29-25. The Cougars led by as many as 9. The Hurricanes only led at 1 point in the game. At the 15:06 mark, they led 7-6. Both teams after the second media timeout. We went in the last media timeout, Craig, 17-15. Cougars went on a 5-0 run, and right now, the Hurricanes on a 5-0 run, pending the 6-point. Malachi McLean.
Yeah, rolls in and out for McLean that time.
Need all the points you can get.
I mean, you
from
know
the
it.
charity stripe.
That's right. These conference ball games are going to be tight. I mean, that's one thing we've seen first 4 or 5 ball games for the Hurricanes is that, again, points are going to be at a premium. Free throws are critical.
Losing the ball on the baseline, turns it over. Here comes the offense for the Hurricanes with the chance to tie it up. Nice behind the back, floats one up, couldn't connect. Looked like
Chambers.
Stafford and Chambers. Chambers gets it back from Stafford.
Yeah, Chambers working hard, chased it down, but couldn't finish. And that pass right there to our security guard standing against the wall. Looks like we've got another substitution, PD. Jesse Mitchell coming back into the game for KJ Brooks.
Jesse Mitchell, the sophomore out of Grace Christian. In the Region 10 play, a lot of teams know how the guard play is for Jesse Mitchell. Baseline's wide open. Velchik tries to stop the baseline and pulls down a rebound on a wraparound layup that was missed by BJ Temple. Cougars with the chance to extend the lead, coming up short twice.
A little miscommunication there by Vedich and Chambers. Probably not used to being on the floor together.
Vedich, shots blocked and deflected and hitting the floor is Chambers, along with another Cougar. 6:21 left, 3-point game.
You give the foul to Jacob Laney in the game for the Cougars. Jacob Laney, a 6'5" sophomore from Phoenix City, Alabama. It's a long way to come to all the way from Phoenix City to Sanford.
Might have been too hot in Phoenix City as Chambers picks up the first free throw tonight for the 6'8" freshman. 2-point game. Checking in after the dead ball, Rivers and Vedich couldn't get a rebound. Long rebound for Thomas Stafford, the guard.
Yeah, we can maximize some minutes out of these bigs here, Chambers and Vedic. That really helps out Littlejohn and company on the bench.
McLean with a floater, Mitchell with a rebound. Mitchell was stripped prior by Mikel Lawson.
Look at Vedic.
Vedic with big defense, staying out of foul trouble. Lewisburg with the chance to tie the game and coming up short.
Poorly executed, if you ask me. A 2-on-1 and didn't execute well.
Birthday boy couldn't execute.
He had McLean down low on the other side.
Butler over to Temple. Temple pulls it back out with 15 on the shot clock. Temple guarded tightly by Bridges.
All right.
So you see Coach Bagwell not liking a call as long as nobody was. Bagwell says he didn't touch anyone, but is right in front of the official. The official makes the final call. Mitchell to the line. McLean picking up his.
That's looks like foul number 1 on McLean that I've got, and team foul. It's a 1-and-1 situation, so that's their 7th team foul.
30-27. .5:27 left in here to cheer from the Hurricanes cheerleaders as Mitchell makes it 31. 4-point lead.
Hurricanes right in this ball game. Just got to find something to switch some momentum around, and there's a foul on Laney.
If he can get the momentum switch right before the half, and Coach Bagwell will call a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here, Craig. You know, opening up the game, we'll go through a recap right here. First minute and a half belonged to the Cougars. They come out 4-0. You know, at the 16:50 mark, that's when the Hurricanes had their first lead, 5-4. A lot of back and forth basketball after the second media timeout inside of 12 minutes. Both teams come out with a 5-0 run. And the biggest lead tonight so far has been Central Carolina. They've been up by as many as 9 as they led 29-20 with 3 straight threes off the bench.
And the 3-ball was falling for quite a while. But, you know, I think one thing we've seen is, you know, we've seen periods of hot shooting, periods of cold shooting. We've seen some periods of good execution, bad execution. You know, it's been a mixed bag in this first half. I think you've had a little bit of everything here. You've had a hodgepodge of basketball. But, you know, for the final 5 minutes of this half, you know, you want to see the Hurricanes finish strong here. You got to play smart, knock down these free throws that you get them. There's one right there by RJ. He knocks down his 3rd free throw of the first half. But you want to see these guys finish strong, protect the basketball, play smart defense, you know, make timely passes, move without the basketball.
He makes both free throws, cuts it with it, 1 possession. Cougars with the ball. Temple guarded tightly by Rivers. Picks up his dribble, in trouble. Can he get the 5-second count?
I counted about 7 or 8 seconds.
That's exactly what I counted as Butler. Over to the corner and answering with a 3 is Temple, BJ Temple.
That 3-ball has been falling in the first half here for Central Carolina. That's their 4th 3-pointer by my count.
Long 3, and you can connect for Rivers.
Welcome to the game, Valon Rivers, coming off the bench, contributing.
Mitchell shots too flat, right in the hands of Chambers. Chambers looking in the front court. This is a chance for Lewisburg to take the lead, and they put it 1 up. Lawson short. Long rebound to Rivers. Reverse layup, and we're tied by the birthday boy.
Bunch of players flat-footed just standing there watching the ball. RJ said, I'll take it, and I'll lay it up.
34 apiece, 4 minutes left. Temple driving, forces up the shot, gets the roll, and not the call.
What a basket by RJ Temple. Tough basket by, BJ Temple, that is. Took the contact from 2 Hurricanes and still able to finish.
Chambers, top of the key. Over to Lawson. 15 on the shot clock, 3:35 on the game clock. Lawson steps in and flushes a three.
Long three ball, Mikal Lawson trying to rock the baby to sleep and then sung in a lullaby from about 24 feet out.
First lead since the 16:36 left. And Birthday Boy with the steal and a dunk. And that was a turn right there. What Coach Bagwell needs in the offense.
Stepping in the passing lane, keeping those eyes, feet, and hands active was R.J. Bridges.
Three-point lead, 39-36. Mitchell with the putback.
Staying with it, nice move by Mitchell. Little ball fake was up and under. Took a little contact, little shot on his hand there. Thinks he's gonna be all right though. Think that pass was intended for Vedic, either Vedic or he thought he had R.J. Bridges in the corner for three. However, the pass was a little bit errant, and it appears like we're going to have our under 4-minute timeout.
39-38, Lewisburg with the lead, their first lead since the 16-minute mark here. We're going to take a timeout with them. You're listening to Lewisburg Basketball, Lewisburg Sports Network. 39-38. Lewisburg with the lead over the Cougars. 2:35 left. Cougars with the ball as Petaway will check back in. Him and Temple will bring the ball up as Rivers picks up Temple in the backcourt. Temple goes around the screen, kicks it. 2:22 left. Temple guarded tightly by Lawson. Temple goes around the screen. Long three by Central Carolina. It doesn't connect.
Awfully ambitious. Long take that time by Stafford.
Lawson steps in, air balls a three. Booker tries to go off of Temple. Ahead to Petaway, and Petaway regains the lead.
A little too easy that time for Central Carolina. A couple of the bigs for Lewisburg were still underneath, and the Cougars got out in front and were able to convert on the transition.
Booker down low, draws the foul on Jackson Leavenwood out of Western Harnett High School, originally from Grand Rapids, Michigan. The 6'8" senior. 6'8" sophomore, correction. 40-39.
Should be a one in, well, no, actually it's in the act of shooting, but the next foul should be free throws regardless for Lewisburg.
Booker. Averages 65% from the charity stripe, ties the game at 40.
Does a lot of things though for the Hurricanes. Steals the ball, can rebound, can shoot. She's got to work on that shooting percentage and work on that jump shot, get that shooting percentage up a little bit.
Camping out underneath is Leavengood and couldn't connect as he hits the floor hard. saves the ball out of bounds to Butler, and Butler's pull-up shot. And long rebound by the birthday boy, Bridges. They had a nice no-look pass. Couldn't connect, but he'll head back to the line. Xander Booker, out of South Kent High School, 6'8" freshman, originally from Durham, North Carolina. Checking in the next dead ball is KJ Brooks, along with the sophomore, Jesse Mitchell.
And two more starters coming back into the game for Brad McDougal. Oh my goodness, an air ball from the free throw line by Xander Booker.
You've got to be able to go down the court, up and down, get fouled, go to the line, and have enough strength to get the ball to the goal.
I mean, for a guy who shoots 65% from the line, you know that's got to be extra embarrassing to do that. I mean, more than makes up for it on that free throw.
Two-point lead.
Little bumbling of the basketball by Central Carolina. That time Temple over there near the wing in the corner couldn't really handle the pass.
Malachi McLean will bring it up, guarded tightly by Temple. Bridges, nice look down low. And
oh my
shot
goodness.
is blocked.
What a block, what recovery by Makai Butler. That should have been an easy bucket.
Petaway, baseline, Mitchell. And we're tied at 42.
Shot clock should be off here, or actually very close to it. There's only about a second or so separating the shot clock from the game clock. Got to hold things up here. You know, Brian Bagwell telling him just to chillax here. Take what can be the final shot of the first half until it gets stolen from your back pocket.
Stolen and out of bounds. Petaway talking to Little John coming up the court as Little John was going to go in and try to pin him to the backboard if he went up for a dunk.
So now you've got 9.9. This is going to be the final attempt of the first half if you take care of the basketball.
Malachi McLean with the ball with 6 seconds. McLean stolen, out of bounds, stays right with the Hurricanes. 2.4 left, 42-42.
Cougars not making it easy on Lewisburg here these final 30-ish seconds. Now you got 2.4. Whatever you got for a catch and shoot, this is what you're drawing up. There it is.
Pop it out. Bridges went at the buzzer, no. Rebound recorded to KJ Brooks, and that's the end of the first half. Tied at 42. We've had 84 points in the first half. We're going to return and come right back here with stats, facts, and figures of the first half. After word from our sponsors, you're listening to Lewisburg Basketball, Lewisburg Sports Network. Welcome back to Lewisburg College, tied at 42 at halftime. PD Doors, Craig Green here. Biggest lead so far, Central Carolina went 9 as they led 29-20. We've had 5 ties in the first 20 minutes. Biggest lead for Lewisburg's 3. They led 39-36. Depth in rotation for Central Carolina has kept them in this game tonight. They've got 8 bench points, and Lewisburg with 15 off the bench. And leading the way is Littlejohn with 6 points.
That's right, Isaiah Littlejohn with 6 points off the bench for the Lewisburg Hurricanes. The starters, or actually leading scorers for Lewisburg altogether, 8 points for Malachi McLean. You got 8 for R.J. Bridges. You've also got 6 points for Xander Booker. Again, Littlejohn you mentioned with 6 as well. 3 points for Braden Smith, Mikkel Lawson, and Rivers on top of that. And then Central Carolina for leading the way for the Cougars right now. Jesse Mitchell, 8 points, along with Makai Butler with 8. 7 points for B.J. Temple, 4 points for Dontavius Pettaway, and also 4 points for Harrison in the first half. PD, looking around at Region 10 here, got a couple of games of note. Only one score that we saw an update for right now, but we'll give you a couple of the games on the calendar that we're paying attention to tonight. Pitt Community College taking the trip down to Wilmington to visit Cape Fear. That game is tipping off at 7 p.m. Also, you've got Patrick and Henry. This is a big one tonight. Patrick and Henry visiting Davidson Davie tonight. That game also tips off at 7 p.m. Of course, our contest here in Lewisburg, Fayetteville Tech is going to go down and visit Guilford Technical Community College. That game starts at 7 o'clock as well. And one score update we do have coming out of Raleigh right now. Wake Tech all over Johnson Community College, 48-22 at the half.
You know, JCC, coming in this year with a clean house. They got 9 new players off of last year. No one returning from the team, no coaches, AD's gone. So basically it's a whole rebuilding, just like my New York Jets.
Pretty much. I mean, we were pretty excited about seeing, Sire Holmes, who we called the Prince of Selma. The first night we saw him, he was out there, doing his thing. And right now the Jags are struggling on the road in Wake County.
Going up against a well-coached, well-rounded team. Wake Tech as Division I in NJCAA, matching up with a school that's a D2 out of the same region. You expect that if you're a D1 JUCO, you better be smacking around the D2s.
Yeah, you would think so. You would think the level of competition would be a little bit higher, but don't roll this ball out the floor and see what happens. I do have one question for you, though. Talking about Wake Tech. That 7-10 I have no idea what to call it.
Brook gone. Lewisburg with the first stab at offense. 3 on the way, and nothing but nylon for McLean.
That's the way to start the second half. Coming out of the locker room hot. And that's what we want, that's what you want to see is a quick start by the Hurricanes.
Coach Bridges calling for, Coach Bagwell calling for a foul as his players were mauled.
Yeah, I mean, he did. There was a lot of contact there, no call. And, Brian Bagwell's right to be upset about that. So I think a little bit of a makeup, to be honest with you, was when the Cougar was on the floor, when Temple was on the floor, and they're slapping at the ball, there's no call there. I think that's kind of a makeup, if you ask me.
Temple guarded tightly by Braden Smith, popping out as Brooks. Tight man defense as Petaway goes baseline, kicks it Temple, and it's stolen by Bridges. Bridges ahead to Smith, trailing, and misses the layup. McLean.
He made the smart play. Smith made the smart play. McLean just didn't finish.
Not sure if McLean knew exactly what he was going to do, if he's going to go up or if he's going to pass. And he passed and caught McLean off guard.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent play. He had a trailer wide open behind him and just unfortunately missed the bunny. But it's still going to stay here with the Canes on Lewisburg's on Central Carolina side of the floor. And as of now, we've got 21 on the shot clock. See if that number holds or if they want more time added. But we got some condensation that our assistants here from the softball team are very gracious to help us out with.
Yes, they are the, let's say, the court janitors. Wouldn't quite call them sweat wipers.
Court monitors, I would say, more like saviors, because, condensation can cause some serious injuries out here.
Pulling up is Malachi McLean, and off the heel of the iron, right in the hands of Jesse Mitchell. Temple to Mitchell, and Mitchell caught the pass off guard, and it was off of R.J. Bridges.
I'll tell you what, Bridges is, we're talking razor-thin margin away from stepping in the passing lane and stealing some of these passes. His timing is just, we're talking milliseconds off. R.J. is leading it. Defensively, he's locked in right now, I think. Watch Central Carolina avoid trying to throw the ball towards Bridges' side.
Petaway, top of the key, picks up his dribble, goes high post.
You notice that he saw Bridges there, he didn't want to throw it to him.
And left alone at 17 foot was Butler.
And Butler knocks it down, good look for him. Now Butler up to 10 points, 8 in the first half. And again, this ball game is super tight.
We got an offensive foul with a screen.
Yep.
And picking up the foul, Xander Booker.
It's only 2 on Booker, and that's a moving screen, just like you said, a foul and a turnover, the double whammy.
So Central Carolina with a chance to take the first lead in the second half. KJ Brooks slowly dribbles up, the sophomore out of the Burlington school. And a foul on Braden Smith. But I would have to give it to KJ Brooks on the head fake. As soon as he threw up his head like he was getting fouled, the official blew the whistle. And a foul going against Braden Smith.
Yeah, they're going to start calling it tighter now, because we heard, some of the displeasure of Coach Bagwell, we'll say, earlier on. There's R.J. Bridges in that passing lane again.
It's a pass as he's trying to hit the trailing Smith, and he's fouled, and he'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Well, hit on the arm there by KJ Brooks. That's his first foul. And again, just like you said, in the act of shooting, tell you what, every time the referees breathe, the whistle is coming. You hear the whistle sound. Second half, they're, as of right now, the first 2 minutes and 12 seconds. They're blowing that whistle pretty quickly.
Only 5 points in the first 2 minutes, 12 seconds as R.J. Bridges makes the free throw, extends the lead to 2.
forcing some man-to-man defense now by Lewisburg as well. Look at big rebound by Nehemiah McDonald. Sky with that huge wingspan.
KJ Brooks was able to hold himself up in air, released the elbow, shot in a three. Coming back the other way for Nehemiah McDonald.
Yeah, that's what you had. That's what happens there. You run without the basketball, you get rewarded. Got the big rebound, was able to get the pass, found himself an open spot.
Mitchell misses the easy bunny after getting away for the triple team. And we have a turnover. Cougars. 49-44. Biggest lead tonight for the Cougars. For the Hurricanes.
Well, you were on your biggest deficit for the Cougars as well.
McLean stops right on a dime as he's guarded tightly by Lassiter. Bridges holds on the right wing. Head faking on Petaway. Steps back, drives, spins. Floater, no, and Petaway with a rebound, but a foul coming to Nehemiah McDonald on the rebound. No, they just say it's out of bounds. As both players, McDonald got away with a, could have possibly been a shove.
Hard to tell what's a foul right now, to be honest with you, because, in the beginning, there was some contact on the Cougars, nothing was called. Then you got the makeup call here with the jump ball. Then all of a sudden the referees are calling it tight. Then a lot of contact there, no call. So, as a coach, as a player, it's got to be frustrating. You don't know when you're going to be called for a foul or when you aren't.
KJ Brooks all alone on the left side. Because the deficit to 3.
Cougars trying to trap as well. Now they're going back to more of a man-to-man defense.
Bridges going around the screen.
Good screen by Bridges. Or by Booker, that is.
Bridges in the paint, in trouble, loses the ball, and we have a jump ball.
Wow, I thought RJ got the timeout call. He looked at the referee, he looked him right in his eyes, and I saw him make the timeout call, but he didn't get it. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter. It's Lewisburg's possession. So in a way, honestly, it's a blessing in disguise. You save a timeout for later down the road.
Three minutes and 55 seconds off the clock here. Lewisburg leads by 3. Got a foul on Petaway.
On the inbounds, he was holding.
It's his second. Petaway with only 4 points.
Not having a big impact on the game so far.
Petaway averaging 13 points, and McDonald misses the easy bunny on the inbound. Bridges pulls it back out. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. McLean, pull up 3, no. Long rebound coming to Lassiter. Lassiter pushes it in right in the passing lane, and Booker ahead. As Bridges will pull it back out with a 3-point lead.
Smart play by Bridges to pull it out and just reset and let his offense get in position.
McDonald looking for someone to flash. No one flashing. McLean pull up. No, McLean coming out. Other than the 3, the first shot of the second half is cold. Harrison drives, baseline, and no good. And Brooks follows with the rebound and one.
Oh, no, did they call the other one or an offensive foul?
Yep, bucket's good.
They did call it, okay.
Looking like the feet is moving right underneath of McDonald. Got our first timeout, 15:05 left. We're going to take it with them. 1-point game. Central Carolina looking to tie it on the 3-point play coming after the timeout. tonight with 7 points. Looking for point number 8. You're listening to Lewisburg Basketball, Lewisburg Sports Networks. P. Norris, Craig Green here, first media timeout. Biggest lead is Lewisburg tonight is 5. We stand at 49-44, and Brooks misses the and one. 1 point lead, Lewisburg.
What a back and forth game we've had. Whoa, for the first 25 minutes. Whoa, and then right there, 2 more whoas right there. A couple of players almost took out the entire broadcast. And then Isaiah Littlejohn tried to cock one back and shut the lights out here at the Taylor Arena.
49-48.
Don't think that free throw counted, as Littlejohn missed the first one. Referee blew his whistle before he was in the act of shooting.
Littlejohn will shoot. One more, shoot 2. Makes the first. 50-48. .50 left. Littlejohn makes both free throws.
Vuk Vedic back in the game now for the Hurricanes as well.
Vedic is on Butler down low. Harrison right side and moves the ball around the perimeter. Vedic is pulled off out of his territory, and we're going to turn over Littlejohn.
Yeah, they want to.
Nice take to the cup. The birthday boy as he flexes and meets Rivers at the charity stripe as he'll attempt to end one.
He had a slow start in the first half, started picking it up, finished with the first half with 8. You know, he would love to have a good showing here today, just like you said, on his birthday.
Couldn't connect to make it a 3-point play. 5-point lead. Harrison with a reverse layup and coming out with a rebound, Lawson.
Lawson with some strong hands to take the ball away.
Lawson has to pull it back out, no look pass, and
Vuk Vedic.
Vedic getting a no look pass from Littlejohn. Biggest lead tonight, 7 against 55-48.
Now let's see if the big man from Montenegro can knock down the free throw.
And they get an offensive board, Littlejohn. 3 on the way by Cougars as Cougars come out with a rebound off the missed shot by Rivers. Trailing Petaway, and he's fouled from behind.
Yeah, Rivers with the foul. We've got a player down here. That is KJ Brooks. Missed what happened to him. He's talking to one of the staff members. Here comes Brad McDougal over to check on him. Took a shot to the face as the indication we're seeing from one of the staff members. For him to be down like that, had to have really jarred him to stay down on the floor like that. He was down on the floor for quite a while. But good to see him get up and walk off in his own power. Maybe a shot to the nose just by the indication how he's
walking off
laboring.
The right side.
Yeah, laboring right now a little. Happened in the backwash of the play. It wasn't, part of the foul call. But he will be subbed out, and here comes Thomas Stafford to take his place.
Stafford comes in, listed as 6'2" sophomore. 13:55 left. Petaway gets the inbound. Popping out at Stafford. Stafford went to take the 3, puts it on the floor, backed out. They'll work the ball around the perimeter with 11 seconds. Butler drives, loses it right to Littlejohn. Littlejohn almost turns it over himself. Lawson gets it across the timeline, drives, puts it up, draws the foul, hits the floor, and he'll shoot 2. This is exactly where Lewisburg needs to capitalize on the free throws. Haven't shot very well tonight.
Very true, and exactly, that's what Mikel Lawson is intended on doing there. He went up strong to the basket, absorbed the contact, and now, again, you've earned those free throws. Can you knock them down?
Makes the first.
Mitchell into the game now for Butler, for Central.
Breda Smith matches the game's biggest lead at 9, both teams. Led by 9 at 1 point. Harrison drives, kicks the leg up off the baseline, and that's at home for the 50th point for Central Carolina Cougars.
Tough basket, a little fadeaway there by Camille Harrison, got it to fall. Nice looking basket.
Ball 3 by Smith, nothing but nylon.
And there's Mikel Lawson once again knocking it down. That's his second 3 of this ball game. Biggest lead so far for Lewisburg, PD at 10, now make it 8 after the layup was converted that time by Jesse Mitchell.
In the corner, can he make it again? No, Mitchell with a long rebound. Mitchell finds Harrison on the opposite side of the baseline, 12:25 left. Harrison drives, stops, gives it to Stafford for 3, yes.
Stafford better be careful. I just saw what he did there. He took a look in the direction of Mikel Lawson. Referees see that they may be apt to call a technical foul for taunting.
5-0 run currently for the Cougars. 12 minutes left. Whips one across court. 3 for Chambers, no. Long rebound Cougars.
Good defense by the Cougars there. Some deflected passes.
And it's slam, misses the dunk. To 55.
Laney was not going to let that happen on his watch. It's on hold.
43 left. Got a timeout. 60 to 55, 11:43 left. You're listening to watching Lewisburg basketball, Lewisburg Sports Network. Lewisburg with the lead, 60 to 55. Petey Norris, Craig Green here bringing you coverage on Lewisburg Sports Network. Craig, in that timeout, Coach Bagwell did not take it easy on the Hurricanes.
No, you had an easy bucket there. They went for some razzle-dazzle Showtime stuff and didn't execute it. And as a result, ball went out of bounds, and it's now Central Carolina's ball. They had a 10-point lead. They got walked down to 5. Part of that had to do with, some of the Showtime stuff they were trying in the last possession.
Lassiter.
That was travel right there.
Harrison popping out to 2 guards. Mitchell putting it on the floor. Got away with a travel again. It's 2 travels back-to-back for Central Carolina. But the ball goes out of bounds, turnover. as BJ Temple, the freshman the Southeast Raleigh, checks in for Keon Lassiter.
Looks like, some clarification also, TPD. Looks like we thought there was a foul called on Lassiter the last, before the break. I believe they called offensive interference on Lewisburg on the dunk, which is why the Cougars had the ball coming out.
15 on the shot clock. Little John. Learned a tiny by Petaway. Petaway took it from Little John. Little John got it back. And it's out of bounds off of Lewisburg. Little John took the credit on that one. As said, it was my bad. As RJ Bridges checks in for Chambers. Chambers gets some minutes off the bench tonight for the Hurricanes so far. Chambers with just 1 point, but great defense.
He's done a nice job out there so far, trying to blend in with his teammates, getting some valuable minutes against a conference opponent.
Stafford's three is off the mark, ahead to Little John. Little John, two-handed slam. As you hear Coach Bagwell saying layup, don't try to dunk it and be fancy. But he two-hand slams it up by 7.
Well, again, they went for the NBA All-Star dunk contest dunk off the glass there, and it didn't work. Ended up getting a basket interference on their own team.
Mitchell taking Booker to the hole, and Booker with the foul. Mitchell to the line.
And now
7-point lead for the Hurricanes. 10-19 left.
Not much Booker can do about that one. I thought he had a clean block as well, but nevertheless, free throws are coming for Central.
Mitchell picks up his 3rd point of the second half. 11 on tonight. Making both free throws, cut the lead to 5, 62-57.
See the full court press now by Central, trying to disrupt the flow of the Lewisburg College offense.
Going down by 2 possessions. Coach Brad trying to put a stop to Lewisburg. Tries to rifle a pass and deflected by Mitchell. Rita Smith to McLean. McLean trying to shake off Temple. And it's off of Mitchell. Stays right with Lewisburg.
2 seconds on the shot clock.
Put 2 seconds on the shot clock. 9:50 on the game clock.
Taking a little too long for the Hurricanes to pull the trigger. Now you've got 2 seconds. You've got to get it in and hurry up.
Not sure why the officials didn't call the Petaway hold as he held Bridges. I mean, anybody and everybody. I mean, Ray Charles saw that hold.
Just an incredible sequence then. Yeah, just an incredible sequence that time, and again, not very well executed on
I mean, the
side of
person
things.
running the clock. That's why they didn't start the clock. I mean, you're expecting a whistle as he's sitting there and held Bridges. Petaway, to me, it's not clean basketball.
No, a little sloppiness right now, but the most important thing if you're the Hurricanes or a Hurricanes fan is that your team is still holding a 5-point lead right now with, you're more than halfway through the second half. And you just got some help right there as a free throw is bricked by Petaway.
Booker drives, get an offensive foul. I'm not sure how that can happen.
Jaden Rice had him.
Wow.
He was standing there.
But when you got a guard that only stands 5'6", and you got a power forward,
I tell you,
6'8".
I mean, it honestly looked like Booker engulfed him when he tried to go for the basket. He pretty much eclipsed Jaden Rice, who stands at 5'6". I mean, there's a foot difference between the two guys.
That's a foul, but Petaway's hold isn't a foul. How? I
Yeah,
don't.
and that's where the frustration comes from. I think with the players and the coaches too, Petey. I think you're right. You know, there's not been enough consistency as to what is a foul, what's not a foul. Good bucket that time on McLean. He's up to 13.
7-point lead, 64 to 57. And Mitchell answers back to make it a 4-point game.
But, you know, again, when it goes to the consistency of the calls, you either want it to be tight or you want it to be loose the entire time. You know, it shouldn't switch up halfway through a half.
McLean misses a little buddy on the baseline. Petaway drive. Misses the shot. Mitchell with the rebound and a putback. Bank is closed for Central Carolina.
Good box at that time by Vedich and by McDonald.
McLean splits the defenders and Petaway picks up the foul. No, correction, they gave the foul to B.J. Temple.
Yeah, he could have gave it to either or. He decided to go ahead and give it to 22. But again, yes, B.J. Temple picks up the foul, and to the line, it's 2 free throws here. As Central is officially completely over the limit, so two free throws coming up here for Malachi McLean. I'm making it 1-1, I'm sorry.
McLean makes the first. It's 14 tonight for the sophomore point guard at Lee Senior High School. Makes both free throws, makes it 66 to 60.
Pushes it to a 2-possession game. It's very, very important.
Smith will have a seat as Lawson checks back in.
Not only is it 2 possessions, it's a full 2 possessions.
Rice, all alone from distance, and Rice nails the 3.
Spoke too soon, now it's 1 possession.
Don't underestimate the size of the 5'6" sophomore out of Leesville Road High School.
I mean, Raleigh is just right down the road from here, you know, good 40 minutes down the road, so this is not exactly foreign territory for Jaden Rice. You know, he's going to have some family and friends who are going to be interested in his performance tonight.
Nehemiah McDonald will shoot 2. 3-point game. Correction, there's a 1-1 and misses. A 1-1 opportunity. Straddled on the timeline, and a 3 by the sophomore 5'6" Mitchell. Temple, 17 on the shot clock.
Feels like they're playing for the 3-pointer.
Trying to tie the game up as quick as they can inside to Petaway, and Petaway uses the backboard just like you're taught at 5 years old. Go off the glass, it's nearly guaranteed off of the window.
A good adjustment to take the high percentage basket. That time the layup Petaway one-on-one was able to establish position to finish.
Bridges drives 1-on-4. No, and right in the hands of Butler. Butler to Rice. Rice guarded tightly by Lawson. Goes around the screen. Over to Mitchell. 16 on the shot clock, and we got a hand check.
One goes against McLean, but again, you know, sometimes you have to ask what is a foul, what is not a foul, because early in the first half, that may not have been an actual foul. But, you know, here at the under 8-minute timeout, they're going to talk about it.
7:05 left, 1-point game. Lewisburg still leads over Central Carolina at 66. This 65 will return to Lewisburg Sports Network. 66-65. Hurricanes need to hold on if they expect to pick up the win tonight against Central Carolina.
Dontavius Pettaway going to the line. Pettaway, 78% free throw shooter. On the season coming into today, he was 18 of 23 from the line. First free throw is good for Pettaway. Puts him up to 7 points. Looking to get his 8th.
That's our first tie of the second half. Can't make the bunny for the charity stripe. We're tied at 66 at a 7-minute mark. Rivers is hand checked by B.J. Temple.
Temple is all over Rivers, doing everything he could to draw the foul. This is going to be another 1-and-1. This if this is a 1-and-1, this should be the penultimate 1-and-1, and it is.
It's a 10-0 run in the last 6 minutes for Central Carolina. Biggest lead was 10, 60-50. They've tied the game in Lewisburg. It's the free throw by Bellin Rivers, the sophomore point guard at East Gaston High School.
Rivers, so far this season, PD is perfect from the free throw line. Only had a few attempts, but he's knocked down every single one.
2-point lead. Butler trying to get separation. One to Mitchell. Mitchell driving on the big man, and
Bedic, another block.
Bedic with the big block on Mitchell. Staying out of foul trouble for the big. Bedic hands it off to Bridges. Bridges. Top of the key, long three, no! And it falls right in hands of Pettaway. Flat-footed rebound. Temple hands it off to Butler, and Butler wraps around. And we're tied once again at 68.
It's 14, make it 12 for Butler. Hovering around the team lead, he and Jesse Mitchell.
Bedic. Mismatch. Off of Bridges. Bridges kicks it. Rivers for three. Big three for the whole team.
Smart play, good pass that time. And now a turnover. Here come the Hurricanes off the glass, and that's good for Mikal Lawson.
Rivers with the 5-0 run. And it's 73-68.
And now Lawson called for the foul. You can't believe it. So now, again, looks like Jaden Rice at the line for 2. It is 2.
5:31 left.
Canes are over the limit. Rice. A little hard on the line right there.
Makes the second. It's within 2 possessions.
On the floor for the Hurricanes, you got Bedic, McDonald, Rivers, Mikal Lawson, and also R.J. Bridges.
Bedic for the assist for the 3. Yes!
And
Rivers on fire. 8 straight points for Rivers.
That's his 3rd 3 of the game. And that foul should go against McDonald, and they will give it to McDonald as Bedic came over with the help defense from behind. But back to the line. Pettaway back at the line again for 2. Again, 78.3% free throw shooter coming into today's game.
Cold today from the charity stripe so far for Pettaway.
is Pettaway's 4th missed free throw of the contest. Make it 5. My goodness, he's missed 3 in a row, Petey.
Lewisburg with the chance to open it up here. Under 5 minutes from the elbow, no. As Lawson couldn't connect, but an offensive board and a putback, no. Harrison over to Pettaway. Pettaway pulls it back out, trailing Mitchell. Mitchell baseline stripped by Rivers.
Good defense.
Rivers on both sides of the ball ahead of Bridges, and Bridges is fouled by B.J. Temple. 4:39 left, 7-point lead.
I've got 4 on Temple, so he's going to have to be careful here the last 4.5. And 2 free throws coming now for R.J. Bridges out of Jordan High School in the Bull City.
Confirmed 4 fouls for Temple as he makes the free throw. 8-point lead. Got a final from Wake Tech. They defeat JCC 98-52.
Heck of a night for the Eagles. Not so much for the Jaguars.
.69, and Jesse Mitchell leads the way for the Cougars.
All right, I couldn't resist. I had to say this one here. Butler serves up the assist.
Mitchell taking it alone, kiss off the window, and it falls.
Foul
Bucket
stays
is
here.
good.
Yep, no bucket. They're gonna say stay right here. No bucket. And clarification, I believe the foul went against Rivers.
78-71, 4:09 left. Mitchell continues to climb in the scoring column for the Cougars.
He's got 9 in this half, 17 on the game. He is the leading scorer for Central Carolina.
He's got a busted lip.
Let's see if they can get that dried up to the satisfaction of the referees. I don't know if you put a little Vaseline on it, or, you know, do we have a cut man here? I think we do.
Applying a little pressure, 4:09 left. Got a timeout, Central Carolina. They call the timeout to give him a minute to stop the bleeding.
Kind of reminds me of playing Fight Night on the PlayStation right there a little bit.
I'm sure he's got more blood than the Tyson and the Jake Ryan fight.
You mean Jake Paul? Yeah, Jake Paul even. Yeah, no, just he gave me some flashbacks there. I just kept thinking about you know, playing Fight Night on the PlayStation when during the middle of the rounds, you know, the guy would say, "Look at that eye," you know, try to heal the bleeding. But right now, you know, it was a 10-point lead at one point. It was 60-50 for Lewisburg. And he got walked down 66 out, 66 apiece. Ever since then, Hurricanes have reclaimed the lead. Now they're up by 2 possessions once again, PD. And I think right now, the final 4 minutes and 9 seconds, you got to play some really clean defense. You've got to do your best here to box out and rebound, and also make smart passes too. Because you know because they're down by 6. Central Carolina's going to be pressing the ball handler to the utmost. So the ball's got to come out of your hand quickly. You got to make smart passes. You got to move without the basketball. All the things that Brian Bagwell wants you to do, you've got to do them here in this moment to come away with this win.
Up by 6 with Jesse Mitchell is pretty much automatic from the charity stripe. 4:09 left.
Mitchell coming into the game 62% from the line, but has made all of his attempts so far tonight.
Takes a break and makes the second. 5-point game. 4 minutes left.
Hurricane shouldn't be in any hurry right now. Shot clock is your friend.
This is exactly what coaches coach all during practice. The clock is your friend if you're up this late.
Oh.
Camp it out, down low, and nice pass and a feed. It's 3:46, 78-73.
You don't mind that, though. Get the foul drawn on Camille Harrison. And as a result, you're going to have free throws coming for Xander Booker.
All right, 3:46 left, 78-73. We're going to take a break with him. You're listening to Lewisburg Sports Network. Welcome back to Lewisburg Sports Network. Hurricanes up 78-73 over the Cougars from Central Carolina. PD Norris, Craig Green here as Xander Booker, the freshman, that's the first, extends the lead to 6. 3:46 left. This is where Coach Bagwell wants to be, in control by 7.
There's no 7-point shot in basketball. So, again, the Cougars have to walk this thing down one possession at a time.
Stays right with the Cougars. To me, from my vantage point, it looked like it went off the leg of Temple. They'll stay right with the Cougars. Temple, top of the key. The clock is not in their favor right now. They need to move on offense. Butler for the elbow over the head of Booker. And here comes Lewisburg. In transition is Smith. And you can say that's McDonald was up. Didn't mean to touch the ball. Through the cylinder. Is it going in anyway?
Bang, bang play, to be honest with you. You know what? They would have been good in the Olympics, would have been good in TBL, but not here in Region 10.
80-73, 7-point lead, 3 minutes left. Harrison driving, kicking it. 3 for Stafford. No, long rebound. And we got a foul.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be on Temple. That's going to be number 5 on Temple. He's going to be.
Temple's out.
Yep.
As Coach Brad McDougal will have 20 seconds to sub out.
EJ Temple finishes with 7 points.
Temple tonight with just 7 points, Craig, and nothing in the second half.
Nope. Got a whole lot of fouls in the second half.
And this is where this game could get academic real quick.
It's what we like to call winning time right now. Final 3 minutes here. Burgess knocks down 2 straight free throws. So now it's a 9-point lead, a 3-possession ball game here. 3 minutes to go. And then costly sloppy turnover by the Hurricanes, by the Cougars. And then an equally, unnecessary foul right there by Bridges being too aggressive.
Bridges picks up the foul, puts the Cougars on the line, and Xander Booker will check in the next dead ball after a free throw.
And this is a defense for offense substitution here. He wants Booker offensively because he's got 4 fouls. We saw the same strategy employed by Coach Bagwell in the game against Patrick and Henry when Booker got into foul trouble. So he's coming in here to rebound. He's going to replace Littlejohn.
2:48 left. 9-point lead. Make it 8. $82-74. Central Carolina will play the Four Corners Dean Smith basketball. But no, Bridges puts it on the floor. Leans in, and a foul coming up for Rice. 5'6" guard out of Leesville Road High School in Raleigh, North Carolina. The sophomore is under the belt of Bridges, and Bridges makes the first.
Rice versus Bridges. That's Raleigh versus Durham right there.
Right now it looks like Durham, the Bull City's winning away.
Yep. Horns are up right now. Acorns are falling.
2:30 left. Bridges makes both free throws. 10-point game.
17 points now for R.J. Bridges. 8 in the first half and 9 here in the second. And he leads Lewisburg in scoring. Game high right now belongs to Jesse Mitchell. He's got 18.
Mitchell with the ball. Looking to make it 20 and couldn't come up. Rolls off the rim. Right in the head to McClain.
You're going to start seeing some more full court pressing coming up here. Coming up for Central Carolina. Timeout call is Brian Bagwell wants to completely massage and coach up this next offensive possession because he knows how big it is. This next one here, you can almost put the nail in the proverbial coffin if you can knock down a 3 or a 2 here.
It's a 30-second timeout. Pull the bench up. It's a 10-point game, Craig. Second half got started with a 3 for the guard, Malachi McClain. And McClain here in the second half so far tonight with 7 points. He's got 15 on the game, right behind birthday boy, R.J. Bridges.
Yeah, Bridges right now showing out here in the second half. He's been pretty consistent. Again, 8 in the first, 9 in the second, 17 total. He's done a nice job here in the second half, trying to battle through a little adversity. Again, kind of a drudgy kind of game here. We've seen some ups, some downs, some sparks. Some highlights and lowlights. But Lewisburg has been the more consistent team, and that's why they are up by 10.
It's the B&M law firm of Bridges and McKell. They'll work the ball, looking to go to the line. It's Lawson. Lawson drives and one.
Beautiful finish, and we talk about how critical this is going to be right now. That foul goes against Makai Butler. But again, that finish by Lawson at the bucket, he's got 9 points in the second half himself.
Lawson off the bench tonight with 12. Make it 13.
Yep. Now starting to get out of, things are starting to kind of get out of sorts here.
Hit that nail one more time in the coffin. Second half, 147 left, 87-74. You can look at the fatigue setting in on the Central Carolina Cougars. And we talked about in the first half the depth that Coach Brad McDougal has as Pettaway spins at midcourt, reverse layup. Pettaway couldn't connect. Pettaway on the season averaging 13 points per game. Tonight, Pettaway with just 9 points missing, 5 free throws. 87-74. Stafford moved the ball around the perimeter. Clock is ticking in the favor of the Hurricanes.
Yeah, he's not having his best game tonight, is Petaway. And I just saw them hold up. Let's just say 24. They said 23 or 24. That would be on McDonald because 23 is Littlejohn. He's coming into the game now.
Littlejohn checks in for the freshman Nehemiah McDonald. Petaway continues to struggle from the line. Nehemiah with 5 points, 3 in the second half, 2 in the first off the bench.
Bridges is finding Mikel Lawson in the corner, but they're going to pass it back out again. 15 on the shot clock. Going back out again around the horn, 10 on the shot clock. All the way to the bucket. The layup is good. That time from Malachi McLean. That's going to push the lead. 1 minute to go, 89-75. Across the timeline, here's Rice. Rice gives out to Petaway. Petaway blows the bunny. Rebound to Bridges. And then Bridges is fouled in the backwash with 51.0 to go.
That's the technical difficulties here, trying to get that taken care of right now with just 51 seconds left, 89-75.
And for all intents and purposes, I want to go ahead and chalk this one up here for the Canes. Their second win of the season, 2 of the last 3. Good momentum here. Heading into a game this weekend at CCBC Dundalk.
(91-75), 45 seconds left. Long 3 off the mark for Stafford. Just 31 seconds left.
49 points in the second half so far for Lewisburg to that of 33 for Central Carolina. Make it 51. Little fadeaway. The birthday boy is going to shut it down tonight. He's got a smile on his face as big as Lee County.
They answer back. That's 6 seconds. We'll bring it down. Central Carolina falls to Lewisburg, 93-78. Lewisburg moves on to 2-5 on the year, and that's their first win at home this season. We're going to come right back here, sum it up from Lewisburg College. Welcome back to Lewisburg Sports Network. PD Doors, Craig Green here. What a victorious night for Lewisburg as they defeated Central Carolina 93-78. Last minute there, we lost connection with the camera, and we apologize for that. But Craig, not the way Lewisburg expected to start this game in the first half. That's where Lewisburg's problem has been all season. They get down by as many as double digits in the first half of nearly every game, and they have to fight back in the second half.
Tonight, excuse me, tonight so much was not the, sorry. Tonight, not the case. They did start off a little bit slow the first minute of the game, again, 4-0. Then after that, you saw Lewisburg start to fight back a little bit. They controlled the next 5 or 6 minutes of the first half. Back and forth action in the first 20 minutes. Get to the locker room, you're dead even right where you started the ball game at 42 apiece. Come out of the locker room, first thing I remember is seeing a three-pointer fall for the Hurricanes. I believe it was Malachi McLean coming right out of the locker room, knocking down a triple. That set the tone for the second half. That was Brian Bagwell saying, this is our house, this is our gym, this is our second half, we're going to take over. And that's what they did, Petey, here in the second half. Again, 51-36. The Hurricanes outscored the Cougars here in the second half. And again, just a fantastic effort in the second half by guys like Xander Booker and R.J. Bridges as well. And Valon Rivers coming on strong, knocking down triples. We hadn't seen him do a whole lot of contributions here in the early season. Again, Rivers just averaging 3.5 points a ball game. But today, Valon Rivers comes in, and he has a heck of a game, finishing with 11 points. And that's something that I don't think the Cougars really expected to happen.
Yeah, no one expected something, Rivers picking up the biggest season high tonight, coming off the bench, sparking from the perimeter. He was working both sides of the ball, defensive side, offense, and that's exactly what Coach Bagwell needs, looking at a different man up every night.
Got contributions from a whole lot of different players. I mean, they have 6 players in double figures. Again, we hadn't seen a whole lot of Valon Rivers. He got some run tonight. We saw Zion Chambers get out there, get some run tonight. Vuk Vedic had some moments. Again, the team is starting to come together. We talked about how they've been slowly progressing and kind of starting to slowly percolate and start to grow into their game, get their sea legs underneath them, so to speak. And tonight it manifested in what turned out to be a walk-away victory here in the final 5 or 6 minutes of the second half. I mean, you're watching this game, folks. Don't let the 93-78 score fool you. This was a close ball game for a majority of the contest. But again, it goes to it speaks to the to the moxie and to the want to of the Hurricanes to take a close ball game and turn it into what seemed to be a laugher in the final 5 or 6 minutes.
In the last 5 minutes, it was a 20-8 run Lewisburg. At the 5:21 mark left in the second half at 74-69. That tells you right there it was a 20-9 run in the final 4 minutes. A lot of mistakes. Lewisburg was found the right person,
Yep.
Petaway, horrible from the charity stripe tonight.
Yeah.
Not something you expect to see from your leadership on the team for Coach Brad McDougal.
Yeah, he was the leading free throw shooter for the team. When you look at the amount of attempts, he had the most attempts on the team, and he was shooting 78.3%. Apparently left that on the bus tonight because he was out there and he missed, I've got it counted right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 free throws that he missed. It looks like he went 1, 2. He went 3 for 8 from the line tonight, Petey. That is well below. That's 37.5% right there. That's quick math. That's that Full Sail University degree, my friend.
Okay. Can't say I learned that at Central. But anyway, breaking down the game, like you said, in the first half as a back-and-forth basketball, Central Carolina led by as many as 9 in the first half. They went into the break tied at 42. Like you said, Lewisburg come out, hit that 3 by McLean at the top of the key, gave a little bit of spark, come down on defense, a couple defensive stops, jumped out in the second half, real quick, 49-44. Then they got within a couple buckets. Biggest lead in the second half coming to, the first opening 6 minutes of the second half. They up by 7. Then they at the 12:53 mark, they're up by 10, and pretty much since then, all the way down to the 5-minute mark. The next 5 minutes, back and forth basketball. Central Carolina went on a little run. They got within 5, 74-69, and in the final minutes, it was a 20-9 run for the Hurricanes, and they pick up a big win here as they go into the Thanksgiving break and come right back here. Like I said, the next game here is not against the same equal team as Central Carolina was tonight. The number 1 team in junior college, the Storm, coached by Matt Ridge, who has been around JUCO and been around NCAA. He is a well-coached, good coach, and can't take nothing for Coach Bagwell and the Hurricanes. They need to show up and show out that game against Davis and Davie on December 17th. We need you at home right here at Lewisburg College for that game.
Absolutely, but before you get to that game, Petey, you've got to handle not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 consecutive road contests. It all starts on this weekend, Saturday and Sunday at CCBC Dundalk, and then turn around very next day again. You're playing at Frederick Community College. That's when you have your Thanksgiving break. You take some time off, come back December 5th. You're at Cleveland. Then you have to travel to Guilford Tech 2 days later, and then you get a week off before you have to take on Richard Bland, another strong team here in Region 10, and then we get to that contest you were just talking about here, the showdown right here in Lewisburg between the Hurricanes and the Storm. And, that one is, of course, we have no idea what can happen. Everything in Region 10 could be on the line in that game. Everything for the Hurricanes can be out in front of them in that particular contest. But tonight, you get a home win in front of your fans. You get a conference win. It's a huge win. And on top of that, tiebreakers for the tournament should have come down to that towards the end. But again, good showing here by Brian Bagwell. Good showing by the birthday boy, R.J. Bridges, 19 points to lead all scorers. He had he finished the second half with 11 points after having 8 in the first half. I thought he did a fantastic job sticking with it and really just pushing through some adversity and and showed a little perseverance here in the second half.
All right, tonight's game we have 7 ties. Biggest lead for Central Carolina is 9. Biggest lead for your Lewisburg Hurricanes, 15, as they win 93-78. We had Lewisburg has 6 players in double digits. Bench points for Lewisburg, 39. Bench points for Central Carolina, 23. Craig, you want to go through the individual box scores, the unofficial?
So unofficially for the Cougars, who were shut down held to just 36 points in the second half. They were led tonight by Jesse Mitchell with 18 points. He had 10 of those in the second half, followed by Makai Butler with 13 points. The next leading scorer for them was B.J. Temple it's Thomas Stafford with 8. He had 3 players with 7 points, Petaway, Brooks, and B.J. Temple. That rounds out for the Cougars. For the victorious Hurricanes representing Lewisburg College and Franklin County, you've got the leading scorer, the birthday boy, R.J. Bridges Jr., 19 points, 11 in the second half. You've also got Malachi McLean, who got the second half started with a big triple, 17 points, 8 in the first, 9 in the second. You've also 13 points from Mikkel Lawson, 10 of those in the second half. You have Valon Rivers, 11 points, 8 of those in the second half. Xander Booker with 10 points, 6 in the first, 4 in the second. Isaiah Littlejohn with 10 points as well. And rounding out the scoring for them, Nehemiah McDonald with 5, Vuk Vedic 4, Braden Smith 3, and Zion Chambers with 1, a crooked number on the board with 1 point.
All right, Craig, back here on Saturday as the Lady Hurricanes match up with Wake Tech. We'll have that game right here on Saturday. Craig, wish you could make Saturday's game, but you can't make it. We got the substitution, Mr. Avon in, and me and Avon will be right here as the Hurricanes match up with Wake Tech.
Hey, shout out to Avon Thomas, the pride and joy, just a small town kid from Lewisburg, He'll be right here in his hometown gym calling the game for you guys. I'll be in Charlotte doing the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Got 4 championship games really that I'm put out there, 3 on Saturday. So again, thank you for Avon for stepping in and calling the game, and hope you enjoy hope you enjoy some Lewisburg College, some Lewisburg Hurricanes basketball. Let me say it 3 times fast.
All right, your final score from Lewisburg tonight, 93-78. The Lewisburg Hurricanes improved to 2-5 on the year. The Central Carolina Cougars dropped to 3-3 on the season. Next up for the Lewisburg Hurricanes at CCBC Dundalk Saturday at 7 o'clock. On behalf of High Level Media, presenting to you Lewisburg Sports Network, PD North's Craig Green. I'd like to give our farewells tonight. The final score 93-78, and it's a Hurricanes victory over Central Carolina. Until Saturday, we'll be right back here on Hurricanes Network. Good night and God bless.